Southern China is once again in the grip of a severe natural disaster. Guangdong Province, one of the nation's most populous and economically vital regions, has been thrown into crisis. This disaster highlights the urgent need for updated flood defenses, improved drainage systems, and sustainable urban development strategies. China's future depends not only on recovering from this crisis, but also on its preparedness for those yet to come.
受特大暴雨影响，广东肇庆、怀集县等多个乡镇受水灾，怀集县全县19个乡镇街道受灾，受灾人数超7.8万人。
As Guangdong continues to battle the floods, the message is clear. While immediate resilience is crucial, long-term change is necessary. In Meizhou, local fishermen volunteered their boats to aid in rescues, while in rural villages, neighbors formed human chains to help one another escape the rising waters. Across the country, people are donating money, food, and supplies to support the flood victims. Hashtags related to the Guangdong flood have dominated online discussions, with millions expressing solidarity and urging donations for relief efforts. Despite the chaos, stories of heroism and community spirit have emerged. Scenes from the flood have shocked the nation. Dramatic footage of buildings surrounded by water, roads turned into raging rivers, and rescue workers pulling children to safety has gone viral on Chinese social media. Experts warn that China is experiencing increasingly frequent and severe extreme weather events due to climate change, and its urban centers are especially vulnerable. In recent years, flash floods, typhoons, and heat waves have struck with growing intensity, testing the limits of local infrastructure. However, as the scale of the devastation grows, many residents are pleading for more aid. This crisis has reignited a national debate on climate resilience and urban planning. The national government's response has been swift, deploying thousands of troops and emergency responders to assist with rescue operations and infrastructure reinforcement. Temporary camps have been set up, and essential supplies like food, clean water, and medicine are being rushed to the affected areas. Authorities have worked to reinforce levees along major rivers like the Beijiang and Dongjiang. But officials warn that the worst may not be over. The saturated ground and high river levels mean that even moderate additional rainfall could lead to more flash floods and landslides. These disruptions are already affecting major supply chains for electronics, textiles, and automotive parts, with ripple effects expected to be felt worldwide in the coming weeks. Meteorologists have issued red-level flood warnings, the highest on China's alert scales. More rain is forecasted. Guangdong is not only China's manufacturing powerhouse, but also a critical hub for global trade. Factories in the flood zones have ceased operations, ports have been shut down, and transportation networks are crippled. According to local reports, more than 500,000 residents have been displaced, and emergency shelters across Guangdong are rapidly filling. The economic implications are just as alarming. Vast stretches of farmland have vanished under muddy floodwaters. Livestock have been lost, and entire villages are now uninhabitable. The unrelenting rain has also triggered landslides in mountainous areas, burying homes and cutting off remote communities. Dozens of bridges have collapsed, and critical roadways have been washed away, further complicating rescue and relief efforts. The devastation has been even more severe in low-lying rural regions. In some of the hardest-hit areas, floodwaters rose so quickly that residents were left stranded on their rooftops, using flashlights and makeshift flags to signal for help. The damage to infrastructure is extensive. Rescue operations are now a priority across the province. Emergency teams using inflatable boats and helicopters are navigating treacherous waters to reach those who are trapped. Widespread videos show streets transformed into rivers, with cars floating helplessly in the floodwaters. In response, local authorities declared a state of emergency as water levels rose with alarming speed, forcing thousands to evacuate their homes in the middle. With rivers overflowing, dams under immense strain, and entire communities submerged, the situation continues to escalate. Cities such as Shaoguan, Meizhou, and Heiwan were among the first to report severe urban flooding. The cause is relentless. Torrential rains that have unleashed catastrophic flooding across numerous cities and rural areas. The disaster unfolded as a prolonged period of heavy rainfall, intensified by the East Asian monsoon, saturated the land and pushed the region's river systems beyond their capacity.